In the early morning hours of September 4th, 2023, a chilling discovery was made along the dark, desolate stretch of Highway 81 in Jefferson County, Oklahoma. The lifeless body of 19-year-old Noah Alexander Presgrove lay near the roadside, a haunting image of untold suffering. Clad in nothing but a pair of shoes, his battered frame bore the silent testimony of a violent end. The circumstances of his death were as baffling as they were tragic. Who, or what, had led Noah to this horrifying fate? Was it a hit and run, a sinister act of violence, or something even more macabre? To this day, the answers remain elusive, cloaked in a fog of unanswered questions and eerie coincidences. Noah's story is not just another unsolved case. It's a tale of a young life cut brutally short, leaving a tight-knit community grappling with grief and a lingering sense of unease. As we delve into the details of his life, his final hours, and the theories that attempt to unravel the enigma, prepare to enter a labyrinth where every turn reveals a new layer of uncertainty. Noah Presgrove was more than just a face in the crowd. Born and raised in the small town of Comanche, Oklahoma, he was a vibrant and athletic teenager with a zest for life. Known for his charming personality and warm smile, Noah had made a name for himself as a multi-sport athlete at Comanche High School. Football, wrestling, cross-country, and track, he excelled in them all. His peers admired his determination and grit, while his teachers praised his leadership and discipline. Having graduated in May 2023, Noah had big plans for the future. He intended to enlist in the military alongside his cousin, a decision that showcased his commitment to serving his country and pursuing a disciplined path. But as the summer of 2023 drew to a close, the promise of his bright future was overshadowed by a fateful series of events that would lead to his untimely death. The Labor Day weekend of 2023 was supposed to be a time of celebration. Noah attended a house party, a gathering of local teens looking to enjoy the last remnants of summer. According to reports, the party was marked by youthful revelry, but it also took a dangerous turn. At some point during the night, Noah was involved in an ATV rollover accident, a moment that, in hindsight, seems ominously significant. Despite the incident, Noah reportedly returned to the party, brushing off the ordeal as if it were nothing. But tensions were brewing. Witnesses claimed that Noah became embroiled in an argument, the details of which remain murky. At some point, he left the gathering, disappearing into the night. It was the last time anyone saw him alive. The next morning, a motorist driving along Highway 81 made the horrifying discovery of Noah's body. The scene was strange and unsettling. He was unclothed, except for a pair of shoes, and bore multiple blunt force injuries. The absence of other evidence, no debris, no skid marks, no immediate signs of a vehicle-related collision, added an eerie layer of mystery to his death. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, OSBI, quickly took over the case, labeling it suspicious. However, from the outset, the investigation was fraught with challenges. Initial reports from the medical examiner revealed that Noah's cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries, but the manner of death remained undetermined. Was it accidental, intentional, or something in between? The lack of concrete evidence left investigators grasping for answers. Complicating matters further, the timeline of Noah's final hours was riddled with gaps. Witnesses at the party offered conflicting accounts, and the details of his departure were hazy. What happened between the time Noah left the party and the discovery of his body remains a chilling unknown. Adding to the mystery was the absence of clothing. Why was Noah found unclothed? Was it a sign of foul play, or did it point to a psychological or physiological breakdown? Investigators considered numerous possibilities, but no definitive conclusions were reached. For Noah's family, the lack of answers was unbearable. His parents, friends, and extended family members described him as a kind-hearted, hard-working young man who deserved so much more than an unexplained death. Determined to uncover the truth, they hired a private investigator to conduct an independent inquiry. The family also organized community events to honor Noah's memory and raise awareness about his case, including a wrestling tournament in October 2023, with proceeds funding a scholarship in his name. Despite their efforts, progress was slow. The OSBI maintained that they were not investigating the case as a homicide, further frustrating the family and community. The unanswered questions surrounding Noah's death continued to weigh heavily on those who knew him. As with any unsolved case, the void left by a lack of official answers has been filled with speculation. Several theories have emerged, each offering a possible explanation for the tragedy. One of the most straightforward theories is that Noah was the victim of a hit-and-run. However, this theory is complicated by the lack of physical evidence at the scene. No debris, tire marks, or other indicators of a vehicular collision were found near his body. If it was a hit-and-run, why was there no trace of the vehicle involved? Many believe that Noah's death was the result of foul play. The argument at the party, coupled with his subsequent disappearance, raises suspicions of a violent encounter. Could someone from the party have followed him, leading to a confrontation that turned deadly? The absence of clothing also hints at the possibility of a deliberate act meant to degrade or confuse investigators. Another theory suggests that Noah may have suffered from exposure or an accident after leaving the party. If he was disoriented or injured from the ATV incident, it's possible that he wandered onto the highway in a vulnerable state. But this theory fails to explain the multiple blunt force injuries or the lack of clothing. In a more chilling vein, some have speculated that Noah's death could have been the result of a ritualistic or sinister act. The strange circumstances, the lack of clothing, the isolated location, and the manner of his injuries fuel this darker theory. While there is no evidence to substantiate such claims, the peculiarities of the case invite this line of thought. As of now, Noah Presgrove's case remains an open investigation. The lack of answers is a heavy burden for his family, friends, and the community of Comanche. For those who knew and loved Noah, the mystery of his death is a constant reminder of how fragile and fleeting. As of now, Noah Presgrove's case remains an open investigation. The lack of answers is a heavy burden for his family, friends, and the community of Comanche. For those who knew and loved Noah, the mystery of his death is a constant reminder of how fragile and fleeting life can be. His story has captured the attention of true crime enthusiasts and investigators alike, a puzzle that refuses to be solved. The eerie details of Noah's death, the isolated highway, the unexplained injuries, the missing clothes, paint a haunting picture that lingers in the minds of all who hear it. Was it a tragic accident, a cruel act of violence, or something even more unthinkable? Until the truth emerges, the case of Noah Presgrove will remain one of Oklahoma's most unsettling mysteries. In the quiet town of Comanche, life has moved on, but the shadow of Noah's death continues to loom large. His story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of youth and the dark corners of human existence. As investigators, family members, and amateur sleuths continue to seek answers, one thing is certain: Noah's memory will not be forgotten. The highway where his life came to an end is now a symbol of unanswered questions and the resilience of those who refuse to let his story fade into obscurity. Perhaps, someday, the truth will emerge, shedding light on the darkness that surrounds this case. Until then, we are left to ponder the chilling enigma of Noah Alexander Presgrove, a life filled with promise, cut short by an unfathomable tragedy. Noah Presgrove's story leaves us standing on the precipice of a vast unknown, a void filled with unanswered questions, heartbreaking possibilities, and the creeping unease of a life abruptly and inexplicably cut short. It is a case that defies easy explanation, a riddle where each piece of evidence seems to fracture into more shards of uncertainty. To truly understand the impact of this case, we must go beyond the facts and theories, delving into the emotions, implications, and haunting legacy of a tragedy that refuses to rest. At its heart, the case of Noah Presgrove is a stark reminder of how fragile life is and how quickly it can be overshadowed by chaos. Noah's life was a beacon of potential, a young man with aspirations of serving his country, beloved by his community, and admired for his athletic prowess and strong character. Yet, in the blink of an eye, everything changed. His death was not just a personal loss for those who knew him, but a communal shockwave that rippled through Comanche, Oklahoma, and beyond. This fragility extends to the investigation itself. The lack of clear answers, whether it be the absence of physical evidence at the scene, the contradictory witness accounts, or the baffling circumstances surrounding his body, leaves investigators and loved ones grappling with a frustrating truth. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, certainty eludes us. The void of clarity is as oppressive as the tragedy itself, a reminder of the limits of human understanding. Noah's case is filled with questions that haunt not only those who knew him, but anyone drawn to the eerie complexities of unsolved mysteries. Why was he found unclothed? What truly happened after he left the party? Was his death the result of foul play, an accident, or something even more sinister? Each unanswered question casts a shadow over the investigation, amplifying the sense of unease and the lingering suspicion that vital clues remain hidden in plain sight. For his family, these questions are more than academic. They are the barriers to closure, the walls that keep them trapped in an endless cycle of grief and speculation. Their determination to uncover the truth, to seek justice, clarity, or even just an explanation, is a testament to the enduring love they have for Noah. Yet, as the months pass with no breakthroughs, the weight of these unanswered questions grows heavier, casting a pall over their lives and their community. Theories surrounding Noah's death range from plausible to chilling, but none offer the definitive closure that his family and investigators crave. Was it a hit and run? The absence of physical evidence at the scene undermines this theory, yet it remains a possibility. Could it have been foul play? The argument at the party and the strange circumstances of his discovery lend credence to this notion, but no suspects or motives have emerged. Perhaps the most unsettling possibility is that his death was the result of a ritualistic or sinister act, an idea fueled by the eerie details of his final moments, but lacking tangible proof. Each theory carries its own weight of dread, leaving us to wonder if the truth will ever be known. The human mind craves resolution, but in cases like this, resolution feels as elusive as a phantom in the night. While Noah's death is a source of anguish, his life and legacy are a testament to resilience. The community of Comanche has come together to honor him, organizing events like the wrestling tournament that bears his name and raising awareness about his case. His family's efforts to keep his story alive are a powerful reminder that love and determination can endure even in the face of insurmountable odds. Yet this resilience coexists with a lingering sense of unease. The highway where Noah's body was found is no longer just a stretch of road. It is a symbol of the darkness that can lurk in even the most familiar places. It is a reminder that unsolved mysteries are not just puzzles to be solved, but profound tragedies that leave lasting scars on those they touch. The case of Noah Presgrove joins the ranks of countless unsolved mysteries that have fascinated and unsettled humanity for centuries. What makes these cases so compelling is not just the enigma itself, but the emotional and psychological toll they take on those left behind. They remind us of the fragility of justice, the limits of our understanding, and the unsettling reality that some truths may remain forever out of reach. For Noah's family and community, the search for answers is far from over. The passage of time may dull the sharp edges of grief, but it will never erase the desire for closure. The hope remains that new evidence will emerge, that someone with vital information will come forward, or that a breakthrough in forensic technology will provide the clarity that has so far been elusive. Noah Presgrove's death is a tragedy wrapped in mystery, a chilling tale that leaves us with more questions than answers. It is a reminder of the fragility of life, the limits of justice, and the enduring power of love and memory. As we reflect on his story, we are left with an unsettling truth. Sometimes, the darkness wins, and all we can do is shine a light in the hope of piercing its veil.